Hello, dear friends and family of ARK. Today, I'd like to share the 5 soul-searching questions of V3 along with a whiteboard version of the ARK explanation. First, the platform is called ARK Realm, a DeFi platform operating in the Web3 blockchain and AI artificial intelligence sectors. Its ecosystem development focuses on integrating AI into everyone's daily life, using AI algorithms to automatically regulate the token economic model. We have also developed a decentralized AI product called ARK DEFai, which I will introduce in detail later. Let's first look at ARK's basic development achievements so far. We began our outreach in July 2025, officially launched on August 26, and have since expanded to over 35 countries, including Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Malaysia, Dubai, Indonesia, India, Africa, Singapore, Europe, and more. To date, we have held over 2,000 offline events, including internal training, recruitment seminars, trainer workshops, leadership retreats, and study tours. Our offline user base has surpassed 150,000, with even more online. You might be wondering how we achieved this. It all comes down to one thing: education first. This is also one of the main topics I will discuss in today's session. Before we dive into the main topic, I'd like to ask you a question. How do we determine whether a DeFi project is worth participating in? This is a question we all ask ourselves before joining any project. Here, I've summarized 2 key answers. First, is the project safe? Second, does it have the potential for longevity? Safety means transparency of funds and the absence of risks from human malfeasance. Once we join, its technical framework, specifically its underlying protocol, must have the potential for long-term sustainability. To address these 2 major concerns, we have developed 5 soul-searching questions. By learning these, you can effectively avoid risks. That's why we call these 5 questions the Risk Avoidance Guide. Now, let's break them down one by one. First question, is the LP locked? LP refers to the decentralized liquidity pool, which is the only way to cash out during on-chain trading. If this pool is not locked, the project team can withdraw the underlying liquidity at any time and abscond, posing a significant risk to us. There are 2 types of locks on liquidity pools: time locks and black hole locks. With a time lock, once the lock period expires, the pool remains at risk of being withdrawn. A black hole lock, however, means the pool is permanently locked, eliminating any risk of withdrawal. Whether a pool is locked can be clearly verified through blockchain explorers or third-party tools. But does a locked pool guarantee safety? Not necessarily. Now let's move to the second question. Does the project have rat positions, insider allocations? Essentially, rat positions refer to the project team making early arrangements. Many DeFi projects establish liquidity pools at low prices and then open trading at a higher price. Why the higher price? The project team might claim its 4-3 defenses against scientists, bots, and speculators, and therefore they drive up the token price. If a project cannot clearly account for the flow of tokens obtained through this price increase, it indicates significant security risks. The best solution is to transparently allocate these tokens to the market and hold them in the treasury. We'll discuss this in more detail later. This covers the first question: is the pool locked, and is our cash-out channel secure? The second question is whether the minting contract is open source. In other words, does the project have a backdoor that could allow for manipulative operations? Many project teams, while you are sound asleep in the middle of the night, spend just a few dollars in gas fees to secretly mint a batch of tokens, instantly creating millions or even tens of millions of dollars worth of tokens. Once minted, they can drain the liquidity pool in an instant. This is the core reason why many DeFi participants cannot sleep well at night. In the algorithmic non-stablecoin V3 structure, the minting contract must be completely open and transparent, and the minting authority must be renounced, with all on-chain data verifiable. Whether through a blockchain explorer, a third-party tool, or even AI, we can verify this. The key is whether the project makes its minting contract public for you to inspect. If you have verified both of the above points, does that mean the project is absolutely safe? The answer is no. Now we come to the third question: is the treasury multi-signature transparent and executed via multi-signature? The treasury is the project's fund pool. In past projects, treasuries were often managed by a small group of shareholders. In other words, even if the project renounces the pool authority, permanently locks it, and open sources the minting contract while renouncing its authority, is it truly safe? Could there be some behind-the-scenes manipulation? We need to look at the treasury. If the project's treasury is managed by shareholders via multisig, it is unreliable because decision-making power ultimately lies in the hands of a few. The current mainstream management approach requires that the treasury be governed by a multi-signature wallet, and funds can only be used after community voting and approval. For example, if we want to hold a large conference and need $2 million, the community decides whether to use the funds. If you approve the proposal, you vote in favor. If the number of approvals exceeds the number of disapprovals, the proposal passes. Then, a random selection of users, perhaps 5, 7, or 9, will execute the multi-signature to release the funds. Only this approach can be called true decentralized community governance. How can we verify proposals, votes, and multisig execution? We can check the number of multi-signature wallets associated with the treasury address on a platform like Safe. All data is public and can be verified on-chain. Now that we have covered the first 3 questions, which focus on safety, I want to ask you, if a project is truly safe, does that automatically mean it has longevity? Not necessarily. Safety is like the foundation of a building. The deeper and more stable the foundation, the taller and more stable the building can be. Longevity is like the height of the building. In other words, how do we determine whether a project has long-term potential? 08. Next, let's break down longevity step by step. First, we need to understand the core structure of DeFi. A good project must have 3 attributes. Strong product with real-world application. An automated operating system that runs itself. A marginalized team, meaning no risk of human control, the team's authority is minimized, and the community takes the lead. For example, Uniswap is the leading DEX, Aave is the leader in lending, and Yearn Finance is a leader in yield aggregators. All these projects possess these 3 attributes. That is why, even if they haven't been around for a decade, they have survived for over 5 years and achieved market caps in the tens of billions of dollars. So when we evaluate a project's longevity, we look at these 3 elements. But this is only the first step. Currently, many token economic models still rely on hype or bull markets to retain users. Is there a better solution? Next, for longevity, the second step is understanding what algorithmic non-stablecoins are and what DeFi problems they solve. There are currently 2 types of token economic models, stablecoins and non-stablecoins. Stablecoins are pegged to the US dollar with little price fluctuation, making them suitable for payments and settlements but not for yield settlement. This logic is essentially the same as the gold standard. Under the gold standard, you can clearly calculate how much you invest and earn, but over time, the bubble becomes too concentrated. Mathematically, the bubble will eventually burst, making the project difficult to sustain, and community consensus cannot be restored. Therefore, stablecoins are good for payments but not for yield settlement. Non-stablecoins are even more problematic. Why do so many DeFi projects fail to last? Because they rely on hype like, start with 100x, sale with 1000x, aim for 10,000x. While it seems like price appreciation wins people over, it leads users to buy high and sell low, and the same happens in the broader market. The core solution lies in a new technology proposed in 2020, algorithmic non-stablecoins. So what is an algorithmic non-stablecoin? It is an on-chain inflationary currency. Simply put, it encodes time and compound interest directly into the underlying rules and automatically executes them through smart contracts. With algorithmic non-stablecoins, we no longer need to predict short-term price fluctuations. Instead, we hold tokens and continuously earn compound interest. What problem does it solve? Traditional DeFi tokens rely almost solely on price increases to generate profits. Without a bull market, there's no profit. But algorithmic non-stablecoins are structured so that even when prices are volatile or in a downtrend, holders can still increase their token quantity through the built-in compound interest mechanism, using quantity growth to offset price declines. As long as the compounding period is long enough, we can achieve sustained returns. Why is this feasible? It uses the principles of modern money. We all know that in the real world, holding fiat currency tends to depreciate over the long term. The logic of algorithmic non-stablecoins is not to fight the universal truth of currency depreciation or inflation, but to build a stable system platform that runs continuously with decentralized rules, allowing holders' yields to outpace the rate of depreciation. Thus, the ultimate goal of algorithmic non-stablecoins is to enable holders to beat inflation over time within a mechanism that is free from human manipulation and never collapses. The core structure of algorithmic non-stablecoin v3 essentially puts the traditional central bank's money issuance and regulatory authority on-chain for automatic execution. For example, the EM Intelligent Minting module only allows minting when real assets are injected into the platform. Market regulation corresponds to the RBS Market Cap Stabilization module, which replaces human intervention with algorithmic adjustments, enabling the balance between the pool and the treasury to provide repair capabilities amid market fluctuations. The core charm of ARK's choice of the v3 technical architecture lies in the fact that within this system, no one has more privileges than you. Only time and compound interest can truly achieve fairness. This is the core essence of longevity. The fourth soul-searching question: does the project have an EM Intelligent Minting module? This topic essentially addresses where the project's tokens come from. In the past, projects would mint tokens first, then raise funds, and then set game rules for you to mine. In the end, you would find that the founders hold many tokens, and you could never beat them. In the algorithmic non-stablecoin v3's EM Intelligent Minting module, bonds are actually sold, assets enter the POL, protocol-owned liquidity, and the protocol injects assets into the LP, which is permanently locked before tokens are minted. To put it simply, EM's minting logic is mint on demand, effectively controlling the supply. Tokens are minted only when needed, just like cooking rice only when there are people to eat. It does not allow minting at any time, minting only occurs when needed, intelligently regulated. Every token can be traced on-chain. In summary, past projects could print money and mint tokens at will, whereas v3's EM minting module ensures both safety through locking and effective supply control. Now let's talk about regulation. The fifth question: does the project have an RBS market cap stabilization module that connects the LP and the treasury to form a dual pool linkage? In the past, projects heavily relied on manual market cap management, but we all know that humans have self-interest. Therefore, when we check if a project has RBS, we are looking at how it automatically regulates market cap and maintains system health. RBS is not designed to manipulate prices every minute. Rather, it serves a systematic and stable market cap regulation logic. It is essentially a built-in regulatory hub. The core function of RBS is to balance the LP pool and the treasury through dual pool linkage. When the market overheats, RBS automatically intervenes, using treasury tokens to swap for USDT in the LP pool, thereby absorbing excessive bubbles and transferring USDT to the treasury for reserves. The funds stored in the treasury cannot be used by anyone without community voting and governance. If the market corrects, RBS intervenes again, using the treasury's reserves to provide stability. This is the buyback and burn mechanism we see. This logic is key to a project's long-term healthy operation, ensuring that the platform has the ability to recover amid market volatility. This allows us to trade time for space with peace of mind. Within the v3 structure, we are no longer gamblers speculating on price, but beneficiaries of the protocol's inherent advantages. RBS is not about constantly pumping the price, it is about ensuring the system operates stably. As long as the system continues to run, we only need to give it time. This is the core value brought by the v3 model. Therefore, the 5 soul-searching questions serve as our own subjective verification of a project's structure. When participating in any project, we must personally learn to verify data on-chain and become DeFi experts with professional judgment. This is the message the 5 soul-searching questions aim to convey. Next, I will introduce our platform, ARK. ARK adopts the algorithmic non-stablecoin v3 technical model, supported by protocol assets and dynamic on-chain AI governance. We have multiple automatically executing smart contract modules bound to the ARK token contract, and all contract authorities have been renounced. So who built all this? Who is the soul behind ARK? Let me introduce Dr. Carmelo Ippolito, the world's most renowned DeFi architect. Dr. Carmelo participated in the early architecture design of Olympus. He promoted the concepts of protocol-owned liquidity and stablecoin bond mechanisms. In other words, all the bond mechanisms we see today were proposed by Dr. Carmelo 5 years ago, and even the famous 333 game theory was introduced by him. The 333 game theory means, you stake, I stake, everyone stakes, and the platform will operate long-term. In addition, he is currently a member of the Committee for ARK Community Governance and is the most respected soul figure. With extensive industry experience, Dr. Carmelo has been interviewed by Forbes. You can easily find information about him on Wikipedia, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Dr. Carmelo's greatness lies in his ability to see what the market truly needs. We can also verify his achievements and industry experience on various Web3 platforms. For ARK, you can find related information on root data, including Dr. Carmelo's credentials, all verifiable on root data, which is like Web3's Wikipedia. We can also check on CK Audit, a third-party platform that objectively analyzes the underlying code. CK Audit is one of the industry's recognized audit standards. Its core authority lies in making the audit process and results publicly available to global users. The project team cannot modify or hide vulnerabilities, which to some extent prevents opaque operations. ARK not only passed the code audit but was also promoted by CK Audit more than 3 times, indicating CK's high recognition of ARK's algorithmic non-stablecoin V3 architecture. Having said that, I must remind you that although CK Audit is an authority in the industry, it has its limitations. We have indeed found several projects with issues that CK Audit did not detect. Therefore, audits are merely references, on-chain data is the truth. Next, our ecosystem cooperation involves Lido, the world's largest Ethereum staking pool, which manages nearly $30 billion in Ethereum assets. The Ethereum from ARK's Burn Fund is staked on this platform. Why did we choose Lido? The reason is simple: many major stackers are on Lido, including A16Z, BlackRock, Elon Musk, etc. Essentially, all the wealthiest people in the world are staking there. So why are we here? Currently, we have at least several $1 million staked there. Do you think we can secure a place? Can we attract more big names to build the ARK ecosystem together through our position, our identity, and our track record? Absolutely. Why? Because this is our confidence and our strength. Most importantly, ARK is deployed on the BNB Smart Chain. Currently, our BNB liquidity, our LP pool, ranks first on the BNB chain. This proves that our contract authority has indeed been 100% renounced, and our funds are transparent and verifiable on-chain. 15. Including our AKI AI product launched on January 27. From launch to now, in just over 5 months, we have achieved ecosystem implementation. Some projects, let alone implementing an ecosystem in 5 months, we don't even know if they can survive 5 months. But today, we have implemented an ecosystem in 5 months. 16. Now, let's analyze the ARK ecosystem. ARK aims to combine AI and Web3 to create a fully decentralized AI. The goal is to enable everyone to use, train, collaborate, and settle within a Web3 system. Why does ARK choose AI plus Web3? From a data perspective, AI has become a tool for everyone. On our phones, in any internet company's software, AI tools are integrated. In the future, humans will gradually be replaced by AI in many areas, and AI's market value is exploding. Web3's concepts are openness, transparency, and trustworthiness. Combining these 2 tracks will inevitably present a once-in-a-century opportunity. Choosing the AI plus Web3 track is more likely to generate long-term returns. Now let's talk about what ARK's ecosystem actually is: AKI AI. AKI AI is the only entry point for ordinary people to enter the ARK ecosystem. In the past, AI operated like a scripted question and answer tool. But now, AI has evolved, it has autonomous thinking capabilities and can improve our work efficiency. However, the current issue remains: when you use someone else's AI, you are training their data. Eventually, they can generate unlimited revenue from your training and data, but that revenue has nothing to do with you. What ARK does with AKI AI, compared to other AI products, is to allow everyone to participate in training, using, providing feedback, and witnessing its growth, and then distribute the revenue generated by the AI to everyone. That is the value of decentralized AI. And what else can AKI do? It doesn't just provide emotional companionship, it can offer the latest professional knowledge in the Web3 and crypto space, helping you avoid pitfalls when choosing projects or analyzing market trends. It can even analyze project risks for you. Whether you ask about Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold, or silver, it can answer. So AKI AI is bound to become an essential core ecosystem tool for all of us. Let's look at how AKI AI's ecosystem works. What determines whether a product truly has value? First, is it widely used? We want AKI AI to become an AI tool that everyone can use, enabling newcomers to become experts in the crypto space, just like the rise of short video e-commerce back in the day. Many didn't know how to edit videos or live stream, but then tools like CapCut made it easy for ordinary people to generate revenue through short videos. Similarly, ARK AI aims to turn ordinary people into crypto experts. The more people use it, the stronger the system becomes. At the same time, we will build ARK's native public chain, focusing on automatic payment and micro-settlement protocols. This will give our AI identity, credit, and payment capabilities, along with a transparent settlement system. The AI will evolve into a more trustworthy AI. Then, the revenue generated through AI tools will feed back into the entire ecosystem. What are the specific revenue streams? For example, user subscription fees, enterprise API calls, and developer usage fees. All these fees paid by users, enterprises, and developers will be transparently distributed to everyone. Ultimately, when revenue flows back to the platform, ARK AI can be further strengthened and upgraded. Whether a product is good depends on two factors: user adoption and computing power. If ARK is well-trained and effective, user traffic will grow explosively. By 2035, the AI track is expected to reach a market cap of $6 trillion, and the Web3 track $5.8 trillion. Together, that's about $11.8 trillion in total market cap. If we participate in ARK now and promote it together, achieving even a 0.1% or 0.4% market share, we could generate annual revenue in the range of $24 billion to $39 billion. In terms of net profit, ARK could help create $5.6 billion to $12 billion in net profit. Yes, you heard that right, net profit. If we then apply a price-to-earnings multiple of 10x to 20x, ARK's future market cap could range from $56 billion to $244 billion. Based on ARK's current market cap of about $200 million, by promoting ARK with us now, you could experience 280x to 220x growth in market cap. Of course, this is not the token price, it's the multiplier of market cap growth. We have long understood that projects that rely solely on token price to attract users cannot last. But if we work together to capture the market cap dividends of the sector, the multiplier increase in market cap will correspond directly to the number of ARK tokens you hold. The more ARK you hold, the more you benefit from the multiplier effect. ARK has always done what others dare not do. We start with open, transparent code, renounce permissions, and prioritize education, guiding everyone toward a long-term perspective. We clearly tell you that by choosing ARK, you can capture the dividends of the AI plus Web3 sectors. Therefore, ARK has the genes to grow big and strong. So how do we participate? What returns can we expect from participating in ARK? Now let's discuss how to participate in ARK. There are two ways. Buying spot ARK tokens. Buying bonds. Bonds are not unlimited, they are limited. Bonds allow you to purchase tokens at a discount, usually around 3% to 5% off, depending on the market demand calculated by EM. Regardless of which method you choose to hold ARK, you can be assured that every dollar you invest goes through the POL protocol and is permanently locked in a black hole, eliminating the risk of human malfeasance. Now that you have ARK, what do? You stake to earn more ARK. If you bought spot tokens, you can choose between flexible staking and fixed-term staking. If you bought bonds, only fixed-term staking is available. At this point, you may ask which option is better. We need to understand a core value. Once you confirm that a product is truly safe and long-lasting, you should aim to maximize returns. Flexible staking is merely a trial, real profits come from fixed-term staking. The fixed terms are 180 days, 360 days, 540 days, and 720 days, with daily yields ranging from about 0.27% to 1%. The longer the fixed term you choose, the higher the yield. The key to such staking returns is not how much you earn per day based on your investment, but the four important words: auto-compounding. The auto-compounding mechanism encourages you to participate long-term, allowing your returns to grow more and more. Currently, with auto-compounding, the estimated annualized return ranges from 3x to 37x. That means if you invest 10,000 yuan, after 1 year of compounding, you could potentially earn 370,000 yuan, assuming the token price does not rise or fall. Why do we emphasize compounding? Because ARK is not about how much you invest and how much you make, that's a Ponzi mindset. Rather, ARK allows you to confidently participate and hold for the long term. In the past, many projects made it impossible for us to participate with peace of mind. We were on the opposite side of the project team. But now, with the algorithmic non-stablecoin V3 architecture, we know the project is open, transparent, and safe, and the sector it targets is also a promising trend. So let's talk about how much value compounding can generate. Compounding is called the eighth wonder of the world by Warren Buffett. As mentioned earlier, there are 4 fixed-term staking options: 180, 360, 540, and 720 days. Depending on your choice, the results will differ. The daily interest rate is roughly between 0.2% and 1%. Now let's perform a compounding calculation, comparing 540 days and 720 days. After 6 months of compounding, the 540-day option yields 4x, while the 720-day option yields 5x. Extending the period to 18 months, if you chose 540 days, your staking period ends, and you earn 74x. But if you chose 720 days, by the time you reach 540 days, you would have earned 128x. You can already see a clear difference, and importantly, your staking period is not over. You continue compounding until the 720-day mark. If you compound all the way to 720 days, the result is 642x. For example, if you stake just 100 tokens and compound for 720 days, you could potentially get 64,200 tokens. At $20 per token, that's $1,284,000, over 8 million renminbi. Your initial cost, 100 tokens at $20 each, $2,000, around 14,000 renminbi. With just compounding over 720 days, it becomes 8 million renminbi. And that's assuming the token price does not increase. That's the power of compounding, which is why it's called the eighth wonder of the world. Today, the project you choose, ARK, does it meet the 5 soul-searching questions? Has ARK been officially promoted by CK Audit? How high is ARK standing on the BNB chain? Does its ecosystem development roadmap align with the current trend of AI plus Web3? It aims to make ARK DEFai a powerful AI tool that everyone can use, and this AI can truly become a one-stop solution. ARK does not need to create numerous complex ecosystems. We only need to train the AI well and participate together in building the ecosystem. The 2 tracks of AI and Web3 have a market cap growth potential of over 280x, possibly even more than 1000x. What you need to focus on is how many chips, how many ARK, you hold. Finally, let me summarize briefly. First, through the 5 soul-searching questions, we understand that ARK Realm addresses security and has the genes for longevity. All contract permissions are renounced, so no one can manipulate them. The LP pool, our cash-out channel, is permanently locked. The treasury is governed by a multi-signature governance model. All decisions must be voted on by the community, and the voting process is verifiable on-chain through authoritative third-party governance platforms. Regarding longevity, we have the EM Intelligent Minting module and the RBS Market Cap Stabilization module to regulate supply and demand and stabilize market conditions. These operations are not human-driven, they are fully automated, eliminating the risk of human control. Currently, ARK's global popularity is very high, with strong consensus. According to statistics, there are over 2,000 communities globally, spreading across more than 35 countries. Our sole figure, Dr. Carmelo, is a highly renowned and accomplished expert in the industry. He originated the 333 game theory, created DAI bonds, and was the initial architect of Olympus. With him leading us, we can certainly achieve a unique vision. The sector we have chosen is the current trend, AI combined with Web3. Since launch, in just over 5 months, we have already implemented a decentralized product, ARK DEFai, achieving ecosystem implementation. This product is different from traditional AI. With traditional AI, you are essentially working for others. But our decentralized AI means that users are data contributors. If you hold ARK and use our AI product, you are an ecosystem co-builder and can enjoy the ecosystem's dividends. Moreover, we rank first in LP pool size on the BNB chain. We have also established deep ecosystem cooperation with Lido, the world's largest Ethereum liquidity staking platform, staking nearly tens of millions of dollars worth of ETH on the platform. This allows more industry leaders to notice ARK, creating a strong alliance to build the ecosystem even better and farther. By participating in ARK, long-term compounding can generate immeasurable value. Through compounding, your token holdings multiply continuously. The more chips you have, the more you benefit from the ecosystem's dividends. Since we already know the trend sector is solid, safety is assured, and fund transparency is guaranteed, what else is there to worry about? Ultimately, there is only one question: have you truly understood ARK? Once you understand ARK, You will be able to invest with peace of mind and confidently promote the market. That concludes today's sharing. Thank you all very much for listening.